Hey Virgo, how are you? I think a lot of you are not too good. So I was saying in my other videos, I've been MIA. I've been dealing with a lot of stuff on my own, and I was in no space to do anybody's readings or provide any guidance to anybody. And then yesterday, I felt clear again, and I felt like I needed to be helping people. Today, I kept getting Virgo, and I knew that I needed to sit down and do a reading for you guys. I feel like there are many of you that need to hear the message right now. And then when I began to shuffle your cards, there were cards forcefully coming out. And I'm going to do a bigger spread for you guys than I do for my normal readings, because these cards were, like I said, forcefully coming out, and I feel like this is something that needs to be brought to your attention and we need to discuss it. I'm going to go through the cards quickly in their meanings, and then I'm going to tell you what I feel like is going on in hopes it provides you with some kind of clarity into the situation and how you can maybe maneuver through it. Okay? So for our present situation, what you're going through, what you just went through, or what you're teetering on the edge of going through, I have the King of Pentacles in reverse. I have Eight of Pentacles in reverse. This is indicating controlling, domineering presence in the relationship, whether it's you or your partner. This one is more, someone is a perfectionist, or on the flip side, somebody's lacking drive to move toward those goals that somebody set forth in the relationship. Next, we have a Two of Pentacles in reverse. And then, let's see here, the Empress card. And Two of Pentacles states there is some disorganization with the finances. Perhaps your finances as a couple are in disarray. You're in a lot of money problems, or seeing a lack of money, possibly. Empress is symbolic for pregnancy, for starting a family, or wanting to start a family. And then lastly, for your present cards, I have the Tower, and I have the Hermit card in reverse. The Tower informs us to be aware of destruction. If you notice, she's jumping away, or they got thrown away from this catastrophic event. So this is symbolic to an event in your relationship or life, Virgo, right now, or about to happen, or just happened. And then we have the reversed Hermit, which is telling us that you or your partner is experiencing isolation, a feeling of maybe loneliness, or just overall withdrawn from the situation. So I feel like, with that being said, there's some heavy stuff going on in your relationships, Virgo. One of you is being super controlling and super just ruling with an iron fist. And I know Virgo has the tendency to be known as, my way or the highway, or controlling, but I cannot say if this is you doing this or your partner. Because of this controlling situation, I feel like some of you feel trapped due to finances, or potentially trapped due to a pregnancy, or maybe even children you already have. For those of you that are not pregnant yet, I'm thinking you want to be pregnant, but the finances and this relationship is holding you back. If you are pregnant, I want to urge you to be careful because of these cards. Okay, you have the pregnancy card with the Tower, or I'm sorry, the pregnancy card with the Empress here, and then the Tower, which warns of destruction, like I said. You know, a sudden change, something being just throwing you off. Be careful. Take care of yourself. I don't like to see both of those, and I'm not saying that you know, please, if you're pregnant, don't feel like I'm saying that anything bad is going to happen to the baby or anything like that. I just want you to be cautious, because even stress can have its effects on your fetus. And I think right now with these cards, I'm feeling like you really need to be careful with every step you take. Get your finances in order the best of your ability. I know it takes two people to make a relationship go, but if you firm up what you need to on your side, I feel like you'll be in a lot better of a position. If this is solely the other person who is creating issues for you with finances, and they're not willing to clear it up, the Tower may be indicating that you are thinking of making a sudden change and leaving the relationship. I'm feeling like some of you really want a baby, really want the family, and your partner doesn't. That's like the most heaviest vibe I have in regards to the Empress card. I feel like the reverse Hermit, with the feeling of loneliness, whoever is not doing the controlling behavior is feeling on the receiving end of it lonely and abused or just emotionally taken for granted. And I think that's why the Hermit comes in. I think you're really on the edge of just walking away. And this is just an intense, like heavy vibe I have for you, Virgo, in this relationship. There's just a lot going on with you, and I sympathize with you, because it's heavy. No matter what way you choose, it's going to be heavy. So let's get into what's coming towards you, or what you can expect in the future if things continue on the way that we see them to be. We have the Queen of Wands, and we have Ace of Wands in reverse. This is indicating determination, exuberance, a zest for life, if you will. And then with the Ace of Wands in reverse, this is more of a blockage, like a stop, something like a block in the middle of the road that's preventing you from going on your merry way. Next we have Hanged Man and the Knight of Pentacles. The Hanged Man, pretty self-explanatory. You're suspended. You're suspended somewhere. You're stuck. You're not able to move. You're just kind of hanging there, like, what's going on? How do I get out of this? The Knight of Pentacles, it tells us that there is some kind of routine or efficiency happening. Lastly, we have two Chalice cards, 8 and 9 of Chalices in reverse. 8 of Chalices says one of you is hopeless and walking away. Remember that Hermit card we were talking about? Same kind of vibe with this. With the 9 of Pentacles in reverse, I'd say Again, to tie in with the controlling factor, somebody's being super greedy and materialistic, and their main focus is on money. I feel like a lot of you are going to walk away in the future, in the near future, from this relationship. I think that there is a zest for life, and while you might feel stuck because there is feelings for this person, your exuberance is going to win out over that. And also your need for stability. I feel like maybe they were the ones in financial ruin, and you are saying, no, hell to the no. I'm over this. My need to be stable and financially secure is going to outweigh this. And that could be the driving force in, getting you out of this toxic, heavy relationship. I do see a sacrifice here also with this Nine of Chalices in reverse. I see that a sacrifice is going to have to be made, and I think that, you're going to sacrifice potentially your relationship to be stable again, Virgo. You guys are very on it with being driven, and you're all about your paper, and I could understand why you would feel that way, especially if there's some discord here. So to sum it up, I do feel like many of you are going to be walking away. Your finances are then going to fall into place, and that exuberance and lust for life is going to come back to you at that point in time. I'm going to do your goddess reading now to provide a little bit of guidance for you through the end of the month, kind of something maybe you need to hear, something you need to keep in mind. I just like to see where you're standing and provide all the help and guidance that I can possibly provide to you, especially with a heavy spread like that, Virgo. Give us a card for Virgo. Show us what Goddess needs to come through to speak to them and to provide them with the light to be on their journey. What Goddess needs to come through for Virgo. Okay. Vesta. She is the goddess of home. Your household situation is improving, either through a move or a healthy change in the occupants. So this goes along, Virgo, with what we were just talking about, with you perhaps changing, getting out of that relationship and gaining some stability back. Changing occupants, getting that feeling of security back in your life. And I feel like that ties in perfectly to what we just talked about. So that is, or was, your June 15th through June 30th reading, Virgo. I will see you in July, and perhaps we can see what's happened and where the cards are going to lead us next. Enjoy the rest of your month, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.